Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat here with the fight professor, Stephen Quadros.
Hey.
Hey, baby. So break it down. Predictions. Let's just start. I'm just going to randomly start. How about King Mo and Gegard? How's that going to go down?
Well, you're just starting with the cream of the crop there, aren't you? Because to me, okay. First of all, let me tell you, Karyn. This fight, King Mo and Gegard Mousasi, is the best fight in the game, period. This is the most interesting fight. You got a champion in Gegard Mousasi who's been in with some tough guys, and he's been training with some tough guys like Fyodor Emelianenko, also known as Fedor Emelianenko. And I got to tell you, that matches up so interesting to me because you got the experience and the magician attitude of Gegard Mousasi. How does he do it? You think, well, his jiu-jitsu game is not a black belt. Well, he's not a professional kickboxer, yet he knocks out this big guy, Mark Hunt, and things like this. So he's dangerous. But King Mo is just going like a rocket straight up. And he's got such athleticism, such natural punching power. Forget about the wrestling edge. We know King Mo has got the edge there. So it's a very hard fight for me to pick. I do always err toward the side of experience. But in this fight, King Mo is such a phenomenal athlete. It's not just the hype from his, his trainer.
Or himself.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, exactly. But the thing is that I have no problem when a guy is that good. If he can talk the talk and walk the walk, I get no problem with people bragging about, yeah, I'm the greatest. Okay, fine.
Back it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does.
But I think that this is a fight. I got a slight edge towards the champion, but if anybody can upseat the champion at this particular moment in the Strikeforce universe, it's going to be King Mo.
Well, it could be, and I think what is interesting about Gegard is that he doesn't lose his head in there. He capitalizes on mistakes, and he's always ready for them. Even when you think he's down with Jacare, bam, he's not down. He wins it. All right, so let's move on. Dan Henderson, he has such a fan following. People have been rooting for this guy for years. He's been in Pride. He's fought all over the world. It's his first time fighting for Strikeforce. Jake really wants this fight because he feels like he's fighting one of his idols almost in a way. Jake is definitely the underdog in this one. How do you see this one going?
Well, Jake pulled that proverbial rabbit out of the hat when he beat Robbie Lawler, which most experts had thought Robbie Lawler was going to turn this into a boxing match and destroy Jake Shields because Jake isn't necessarily that good on his feet, but he's really a sound wrestler. Now he's facing a great wrestler, a proven wrestler. We're talking about the guy that formed Team Quest with Randy Couture and Olympic silver medalist Matt the Law Lindland. We're talking about one of those three guys. We're talking about the most decorated champion in the history of modern-day mixed martial arts, Dan Henderson. Of course, Dan Henderson, he's getting up there in his 30s, okay, fine. But the thing is, he's still Dan Henderson, and he's still very relevant and very dangerous. Now, the problem for Jake is, how do you get this guy on the floor? Because to stand up and deal with that right hand, I've seen Dan Henderson drop that right hand on Vanderlei Silva back in like 2000, where Vanderlei was destroying him, and then all of a sudden crack.
No, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
No. So there's a plethora of problems and booby traps, and we all know Jake knows what he's going to have to look for. But people would always know when Mike Tyson overhand right or the left hook to the head. They know, but how do you plan for that? Because he's going to figure out a way. Now the youth is definitely going to be Jake's field there. Yeah. But the thing is, I kind of lean towards Dan, but the thing is, Dan has to be very careful when that fight goes to the floor, because if he decides to take Jake to the floor, if I were Dan Henderson, I would just simply box the whole time. Stand the whole time, don't even go to the ground, because that is where Jake is an absolute animal. He's one of the best in the sport at jiu-jitsu.
So you're calling it Hendo then?
I'm calling Hendo, but, again...
It's a long way.
It's a long, but hey, you want a short answer? I'll go, no, there's this guy.
All right. No, that's going to be, it's going to be a really interesting fight. And what I'm also looking forward to, Gilbert Melendez's last fight was just absolutely dynamic. He and Josh Thompson just threw down for 5 rounds, and that was one of the sickest fights I'd seen in a long time. This fight with Shinya Aoki is a long time coming. They were scheduled to fight before in Japan. It didn't happen. Gil was hurt. Long time coming. People who may not be familiar with Shinya, don't understand the kind of submissions this guy pulls literally out of thin air, out of those funky tights.
Were you going to say something else?
No, I wasn't. This is it's a family show. No, but the man is phenomenal with the go-go platas. I mean, you name it. So what do you see in this one?
This is a tremendous clash of styles, because we know that Gilbert Melendez, coming from the Cesar Gracie camp, has got jiu-jitsu skills that are way up there, because he's training with Nick Diaz, he's training with Jake Shields, he's training with the best American jiu-jitsu, MMA-style jiu-jitsu fighters. Shinya Aoki, see, I've already blown that one, and he'll kill me. Aoki. Thank you. Thank you. Just don't eat your Wheaties before you say that one. He brings a whole different thing. You talk about this guy. See, a lot of people are giving up on the guard in MMA because you get hit when you're in the bottom and things like this. But this guy is still making the guard very relevant, and he's super dangerous because he's so freaking flexible. You don't know whether that leg is going to go in front of your neck or that leg is going to go in front of your neck. So Gilbert might wind up and start drilling him, and I think that Gilbert will have the puncher advantage in the guard. I think he's going to be able to neutralize the guard because of the guys he trains with. I do pick Gilbert in that fight, but we're going to see a super dangerous, shall we say, Venus flytrap, where the things like, that's Shinya Aoki.